Oh. Good morning, ladies. Good morning. Good morning. How is everybody doing?
Good
Oh, wait for-
morning. Yay.
Oh, I'm like, why does it say Cayden? I am not. I am logged in. The other Cayden. Tell me your name. You're on mute.
I'm Belinda.
Belinda. Hi, Belinda.
Yeah. I'm having computer problems.
It's all right. It's all right.
I'm sorry.
We're just gonna rename you Belinda.
Belinda,
Yes.
if you highlight and right click, there you go.
I just renamed her.
Put your
Thank
last
you.
name. Put your
Thank
last
you,
name.
Your
guys.
last name as well.
Yeah.
Here. Okay.
Good to see you, Belinda.
Thank you.
Hello,
It's nice to see you.
Patricia. Good morning, sunshine.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Is it too early for you?
Is it too early for who?
Patricia.
Oh, it's not too early for me. I'm just trying to multitask with work as well.
Absolutely. All right. If you are signing in and it says Cayden Jacobs, if you can change your name.
What the heck, Cayden?
It's taking over. It's the land of Caydens.
I started it.
Belinda, change your screen so you could see your last name.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, if you hover over your picture, you'll see 3 dots at the top right corner. You click on that, you should be able to rename yourself.
The two ladies that came in just a few minutes ago, if you look at your screen as well,
Yep.
you're not
Hover over yourself, and then you'll see the 3 dots show up. Click on the 3 dots, and it'll say rename as an option.
I don't think it's enabled because I usually can find it easily and I don't see it.
Oh, okay.
Mm-mm.
All right, Belinda, what's your last name?
and Cayden's. Why did that happen?
Spear. I'm not even seeing me on the screen.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Spear. Spear.
Spear. Gotcha. All right. And the lovely woman who just joined us, what is your name?
Hi, I'm Lucille.
Hi, Lucille. How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I am awesome. I am awesome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, Leanne.
While we're giving everyone a couple minutes to kind of come in, you may want to, we'd love to know where you're from, your name, where you're from, what do you do? So if you can stick it in the chat. Why is it coming up with all these Caydens? I have no idea.
I don't know.
That was crazy. Belinda, you may want to pull your screen down a little bit. All we see is the top of your hat.
I know. I'm trying to fix this.
That's okay. Take your time. There we go. Is it Laney? Is that how you say that? Laney?
Hey, good morning, everyone. Yes, my name is Lene.
Lene.
Yes. Name. Thank you.
We have 2 more Caydens. Natasha, are you here? That is you. Natasha, change your screen name, babe.
They can't change it. So which one is Natasha?
Natasha's, oh, I don't know. She's got the
She's waving.
Yes.
Gotcha. Gotcha, Natasha.
If you can come on screen for us, that would be really awesome. You're taking the time to come in. We'd love for you to be as present as possible.
And Ms. Gold, how are you this morning?
I'm wonderful. Thank you. How are you?
Awesome. I am well. I am well.
Gold marketing coach.
Ooh, New Hampshire. Yes.
Yeah.
Is it really cold yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I can see it coming now. We're on the seacoast, so it's a little chilly for me.
Yeah. No, that's why I asked, because I'm from up north.
Oh, you are?
Tri-state area. Yeah. Currently
nice.
In Atlanta. So yeah. I'm like, yeah. I spoke to my sister the other day, and she's like, oh, it's cold. I was like,
oh yeah, further up.
Like, yeah, in the early mornings, it's pretty chilly.
Yeah.
PA is Northeast PA. We're supposed to, I think tonight we're supposed to start getting down into the 40s all week overnight.
Ooh, my.
Definitely fall is here. Ah, Lucille, you're in Birmingham, England. I love it.
I love it. Welcome, welcome.
You're international.
Yes, we are. Look at that.
Natasha's in Atlanta. Cool beans. Please share with us, where you're from. What do you do?
Yes. Where are you from? What do you do? Let's see. Marketing coach. Attract the right clients. Awesome. Oh, it's lunchtime. Yes, it would be. Brooklyn, New York. Hey.
That's okay. We don't mind you eating. Just save some for us.
I know, right?
I'm on a 16-hour fast. I'm down 12 pounds in 3 weeks. So.
Woo-hoo! Yes. Congratulations.
And my chest is still saying, I am so happy. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about, right? We start to lose weight in the first place. We lose it is where we don't want to lose it.
Yep. Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
awesome.
Tampa, Florida. All right. Heather.
Sales and outreach. Nice. Latoya, beautiful. All right, cool. Well, Cayden, you want to get started?
Oh, you're in the Philippines. Okay, cool.
Oh, we got another
Another person. They're coming in.
Oh, that's too funny.
All right. Yeah, let's get started. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I know for some of us, it's super early, and others, it is afternoon time. I'm glad that you guys can make it.
All right.
So
let's see how this is going to work out. Hold on a second. I'm going to try something else.
and while we wait, hello.
Nope, that's not going to work either. We've got a new platform that we're trying out, so let's do it this way. All right, so we, how do I get you guys out of the way? That's a little bit better. Is my screen good? Can you see it?
We can see it. Yep.
Yes. Beautiful. There we go. Well, welcome to How to Network and Get Results with Cayden Jacobs and Gina Yarrish. It's great to be here today. Cayden, let's really fast take a minute. I don't know how to do this now because I'm not in, but share our contact information.
Absolutely.
Cayden and I get in the zone here, and once we get in the zone, then it's really hard to remember that we need to share our own personal contact information. So I just put mine up in the chat, and just for myself, remember, for me, it's all about giving you a solution to simple sales. If you're an entrepreneur and you're struggling with reluctancy to make calls, fears of having closing conversation, you like to self-sabotage yourself. So if that's you, well, then definitely, here's my contact information that you can connect with me. Cayden, you want to give them a quick little blurb about yourself as we get started?
Absolutely. So my name is Cayden Webgirl Jacobs, not related to Spider-Man, but I'm still waiting for my 23andMe to come through. So as Gina said, I put my information in the contact. I am here to help you with your storefront being your business online. That is how people are going to connect with you before they even meet you, your individual, wonderful personality and all. And I'm here to help you help you to make an impact when it comes to your business showing up online. Okay. So I put my information in here. You can schedule a website review or just a chat to figure out how best to get you online.
Sounds good. Love it. All right, let's talk for a minute about Cayden. How about who this is for?
So this event that me and Gina decided it's so necessary that we need to do this. It's for you. It's for the business owner, for the entrepreneur who come to networking events and you want to get more clients, but you're not sure how. So understanding that, when I do the women's event, I talk about referrals, I talk about collaborators, and you're still kind of questioning, I'm not sure how I do that. So it's for you. It's for you to learn how to connect with referral partners, collaborators, and to get more clients at the end of the day. Okay.
So now over the next 30 minutes, what we want to do is we want to give you a short presentation. It may even be a little less than 30 minutes. But then at the end, we'll have 30 minutes. So if you stay with us, this is an opportunity for you to actually ask us questions about networking. Where are you challenged in networking? What's not working for you? So as you go through the presentation, have a notepad on the side, write down some questions that you may have. And then we're going to take about 30 minutes so that we can talk individually for you guys, because we want you to be able to get back into that networking event. And Cayden, when's the next one?
The next event is going to be October 13th. Registration is already open. I'm going to put that in the chat for you guys now, and I'll put it in again later on, but it's definitely open. So after you learn cool techniques and tips here, you can definitely try them out at the next event.
Yeah, be sure to then go in and use that opportunity to start networking again. So over the next 30 minutes, we're going to show you a couple of things. One is that, networking, we used to be able to spend hours in front of people and have conversations. Well, we don't have that opportunity anymore because we're virtual. So we want to show you the 30-second pitch that's going to attract you leads when you network. The second thing is how to get results from networking, right? That gives you the confidence and clarity, and how to use this everywhere. So you're not only going to learn about, using this pitch and networking, but how do I use it on social media platforms? How do I use it if I'm at the supermarket? And how to take the focus from you, right, and be able to serve others. So that's what we're going to show you over the next 30 minutes. Cayden?
Absolutely. So some of the questions you might be asking yourself is, are you on the verge of giving up networking? Trust me, I can relate. You're also probably wondering, what are you doing wrong? Why are you not getting clients from networking? Okay. And are you doubting your product or services? There's several people out there that are definitely doing that. And it may or may not be your product or service, but we're going to discuss that today. And then of course, how do you hear often other people having success and you're feeling a little FOMO? You're like, I want to have a success story too. So these are some of the things that we're going to discuss today. These are questions. These are real questions that I've asked myself, and I'm pretty sure some of you have asked yourself.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, if they're questioning themselves, then obviously you're in the right place.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. So now, again, if you stay with us until the end, we're going to work one-on-one directly with you. I don't know what, Cayden, your time frame is. I know you've got a little bit going on, but I'm here. If we can get to all of you, we're going to get to all of you.
Absolutely.
Let's talk a little bit about, the problems that we see in networking, right? So you come and you make it to the, a lot of times I don't know about you all, but in the traditional world of networking, you went out to a local restaurant, an organization, and you went around and you worked the room, but it became more of like a social hour, right? They don't give out, there's no intention about what it is that you're doing. You're really there just passing out cards. And that's not really how to be successful. And then you don't have the clarity about what you're providing, right? I don't know if you've ever gone to network with somebody and they ask you what you do, and all of a sudden it's like 5 or 10 minutes long and you're still telling them what you do. Yeah, we don't want that, because within the first 30 seconds to a minute, right, Cayden? People are off in another world going, all right, when is this person going to stop talking? You've lost them already. And so we've got to get them like right on the spot. And then they've never been taught how to network and be effective. Cayden, it gets worse, right? We keep trying, but then it gets worse. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yes. So when it comes to networking, with all of this happening, because you're fully aware when you're describing who you are to a person, and you see that their attention span is now drifted. So you start having all of these doubts, and then you go to another networking event. Now you're shy to talk to someone because you're feeling like, I'm not sure what to say. It's totally normal, totally natural. I, again, myself have gone through that, but you're here today to understand and to know how to put together a 30-second pitch that will get across who you are, what you do, as in how you serve, and just asking them in return, what it is that they do, so you can figure out if this is also going to be a collaborative relationship. You have to pack all of that into 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Right.
And when we're not doing it right, and some of the things that we're going to show them in a few minutes, it gets worse, because I don't know about you, and you guys can put in the chat or you can nod your head, but over time you keep trying and trying and trying, but then it feels like you're failing. Like, what the heck, right? And because we're not getting the validation of, here we're out there, we're exposing ourselves, we're being vulnerable, we're sharing with people what it is that we do, but then we're not getting the leads that we want. It's like you put your head in the trash, because then those internal thoughts, can anybody relate? Those internal thoughts start to go faster and go deeper, and there's more of them. And so then it's like you're dragging yourself, right, to try to do this business thing. I often see people add more to their plate because they think that they need more to do more in order to be more successful, which is really, again, this is a pattern that we see in entrepreneurs all the time. It's not about doing more. It's not about exposing yourself to more, because the reality of all that is that it just keeps internalizing this crazy thoughts that eventually get you sick. And then business begins to fail in a big way. And so we want to help you, if you're not at that point already, we want to help you avoid getting to that point. And so with the whole COVID thing, a lot of people were on this downward trajectory. For Cayden and I, we want to help you come up on this upward trajectory now. We want you to be really successful in what it is that you do, so that we can avoid having any of those, oh my God, it's getting worse, right?
Absolutely. It's time.
Absolutely. And, with our help, Cayden, if you want to talk a little bit about this slide.
So with our help, you're not only going to have confidence in networking, but it's going to help you get more leads from networking and other areas, so that your cash flow can start coming in. And I mean, that's one of the things I talk about on the event. You're here to make money. Okay. We want to make that cash flow come in, and we're heading into the fourth quarter, full speed ahead on Friday. So we want you to be, self-motivated to connect with other people so that you can generate clients. Okay. Self-motivation is so important. And I want you guys to feel like you are empowered. Okay. So when you visualize how complicated, you see the chart. This is a visualization of how complicated graphs and charts can be. And this is also representation of, the process of helping people and, remember the data, and for people to remember the data quickly. Okay.
Yep, for sure. All right, so let's dive into a little bit of networking. Are you ready? So make sure you have your pen and paper.
Yes.
Cayden, you want to take that first one? We can kind of go back and forth.
Absolutely. Okay, so first thing is all about setting intentions. Set the intention for the event that you're going to, for the networking event that you're going to. What do you want to get out of the event? Okay. Now, when it comes to deciding on what your attention is going to be, you can think of, all right, collaboration. Who can I use, their service? Who can I help with my service? Okay. And in collaborations, that is a huge opportunity for you to give and get clients easily. Okay. And then you also want to figure out how many clients do you want to connect with? Okay. So how many people, what is your capacity, like your realistic capacity when it comes to your business? That is something that you have to understand, so that and you can calculate, moving down, how much money can you make per month, so on and so forth. All right. And then you also want to, I'm sorry, my throat. What do you want them to do when you meet them? So how do you want them to connect with you? Do you want them to call you, email you, text you? Do you want them, what do you want them to do? So these are some things that you should be clear about when you're setting your intention when you go out to a networking event.
Let's talk a little bit about this just for a second, right? So when we think about intention, yes, we have the intention, we want to go out and network, but do we really have a specific, there's this law of specificity. If you're not familiar with it, I would definitely Google it, but this law of specificity of what we ask for is what we get. And so if we're general about what we're asking for, oh, I'm going to go out and I'm going to network and maybe get some clients, right? That maybe is very evasive. And as long as it's evasive, then the reality of it is you're getting exactly what you're putting out there. So one of the things that Cayden and I do is we think about the intention, of what we want to be able to accomplish when we go into a networking event. Now, granted, we want to be able to serve people, and our goal today is to serve as many people as possible so that we can help them, because the more we know we can help you, the more you're going to want our services. Right? Because we know what it is that we're talking about. So if we go into a networking event, sometimes for me, it's about connecting with a certain amount of people. If you've seen, some people go into a networking event and they're there just to, kind of, I don't know, Cayden, like, look at me.
Basically.
Right. And it's like, all right, that's not what I want. But maybe the intention is, I really need someone to help me with my website. And so my intention here is I want to connect with some people that do web development, and that can really help me. So that's one area. If you look at your business and say, all right, what am I lacking and who can help me, right? Because if you've ever read, there's a really great book out by Benjamin Hardy, a psychologist, and an amazing coach out of Canada, Dan Sullivan. It's called Who, Not How, right? It's not how we have to do what it is that we want to do, but who can help us. So when you come into that networking event, who do you need help from, or who can you help, right? So when we're really clear about that intention, I guarantee you the law of attraction will begin to work for you. Those synchronies will start to come into play.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's dial in a 30-second pitch. Now, I want you to know, last month, we actually did every Thursday. We did a live free training about this. And again, it was like a 30-minute presentation, and then anybody on the call, I've helped. Now, Cayden, I've also done it in Europe as a breakout where I've tried to help some people, but it's a small window.
Right.
We're going to be doing another pitch, an hour-long pitch. I don't know the dates, but you're on our email chain, so pay attention to when you get it, to join me. And again, this is an opportunity for you guys to connect with experts so that you can get expert help. I want you to think about, so there's a little pitch here. It says, hi, my name is, I offer blank for those that are struggling with blank. I want you to keep it really simple. Now, people connect to the problem. All right. If I said to you, my name is Gina Yarrish, I'm an accelerator coach. Woo woo. Hi, my name is Cayden Jacobs. I'm a web developer. Okay. Well, I don't know about you, but in any field of web or digital, there are so many platforms of what web development could mean for people.
Yep.
So you want to really be specific about, the problem. So Cayden, let's just for a second, talk about problems that people have in web development.
Well, let's just start with the whole website in itself. Okay. I mean, some people, they go out and they don't understand whether they need just a landing page or a full website. And that's something that I personally have that one-on-one conversation with you about. So we make sure that you are first using the right marketing tools for your business. Okay. And then something else that people struggle with is understanding the structure, understanding how to put certain things on the website to make sure that the flow and your audience is going through it as the way that you want them to, so that you can end up connecting with them at the end of them visiting your website.
So it's interesting. What I just got out of what you said, Cayden, was that your clients, if you're in business and you're an entrepreneur and you're struggling with exposure and a storefront to be able to attract people, but you want to be able to generate cash flow from your business, well, then you want to connect to Cayden, because then Cayden's going to help you understand the differences between landing pages, websites, yada, yada, yada. Does that make sense, Cayden?
Yep, absolutely.
Do you guys get that? Get some nods of some heads, right?
Yep.
So you want to focus on the problem. For me, salespeople, entrepreneurs, small business owners, if you're in life insurance, financial advisors, if you're struggling with self-sabotage, reluctancy to make calls, fears of having closing conversations, okay? Those are, I hate to tell you this, but if you're in the game of entrepreneurship, you are in the field of selling. You have to be able to sell your service. And I always say, sell yourself first. If you can't sell yourself first, then get help. right? Because if you can't sell yourself, you're not going to be able to sell anybody else. So again, look at your business. What's the problem that your clients have as to why they're going to come to you? This is what's going to make you unique and different than anybody else so that you stand out. And then think about the solution, what they want. So for my clients, they want a simple solution that's easy, fun, and lucrative, right? So if you're in sales, you're a business owner, you have fears of selling, you want a simple solution, then you connect with me, right? It's very clear. Cayden, nice little pitch. If you're in the, if you're an entrepreneur and you need exposure and you want your showroom to listen so people are attracted to it, obviously, so it generates leads and cash flow, you want to connect with Cayden.
Absolutely.
Make sense? Keep it simple, but it's not about who you are. Right? It's not that I'm an accelerator coach. It's not that I'm a business consultant, right? It's not that Cayden's a web developer, right? It's about the problem. And that's what's going to cause that connection. People are going to go, oh, wait, hey, I need that. So that's the easiest way that you can put together your 30-second pitch. Call to action. Cayden, are you familiar with this?
I'm so familiar with call to action. Call to actions are everywhere. Call to actions are in the emails and messages that you received from us. Hey, do you need help with networking and want to get results? Then you need to sign up. This is what you have to do on a daily basis. You're experiencing call to actions on the day-to-day. McDonald's is telling you to come and get some food. Wendy's, Best Buy is telling you to come shop. It's about to be Black Friday. You are about to be full of call to actions, okay, when it comes to Black Friday. So you have to think about that when you're going to network. What is going to be your call to action? What are you going to tell people to do in order to connect with you further and to deepen that connection, no matter the avenue you're trying to go down, referral partner, client, or collaboration, okay? So, and when it comes to call to actions, you definitely want to.
Go ahead. She's been waiting for an hour and so long to get on a call, so no worries. So when I think about call to action, I want you to think about this. You make your introduction, you make your 30-second pitch. Now, what do you want people to do when they hear it? Okay, so if you say, all right, well, if I'm looking for a collaborative partner, right, and I need help with my website, then I'm going to make my introduction. And if that person happens to be a web developer, I'm going to go in and say, okay, well, how is it that I can connect with you to get your services, right? Simple. When we're getting services, it's easy to ask. But now if we're asking them to do business with us, now it takes a little bit more thinking. So when I go into the networking event and I give my pitch, I'm going to end it with a question. I'm not just going to give my pitch. Okay, you want to go out there and say, hey, my name is Gina Yarrish. I'm an accelerator coach. I offer a simple solution to those in the sales industry that want to be able to leave self-sabotage and fears behind so they can easily double their revenue. That's easy, fun, and lucrative. Do you or someone you know need this service? Did you hear my call to action? I asked the question because what am I looking for? My intention is to look for clients now. Right? Do you or someone you know do you know anyone that could use that service? Do you know someone that would like to double their revenue? Do you know anyone that has a problem with sales, with selling and needs help? Right? Any of that stuff, any of those kind of questions is going to be in direct correlation to the intention. Okay, so whatever the intention is, now I have my pitch, now I want a call to action. I want to be able to ask a question, so I'm going to get a specific result. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, cool. How will people connect with you? In the world of virtuality, it's really important today to have a calendar link, have your email, have a phone number. And so like when you're going into Cayden's networking event, like you saw me put in the chat box, I have a couple things that I just pop in there. Here's how you can connect with me. So if people want to come on and do a strategy call with me because their business is really struggling, my link is already there. Let's do a strategy call. Okay. You have your calendar link. There's a couple of platforms. One platform that I use is Schedule Once. I had to think for a second. What is my platform? Schedule Once. They do have a free version, so it's really simple to set up. You can even watch a couple of like Google videos where it'll teach you how to sync your calendars or sync your email address to your calendars kind of thing. And so it really makes it really, really easy for people to get on and jump on your calendar. All right, now where can you use this? Think about, once you know, there's a couple of things that the pitch does. The pitch gives you clarity about who you help, what you do for them, and it allows you to believe in what it is that you're doing, right? So with the call to action, now we can go out and say, okay, well, we can go on Facebook and say something like, all right, hey, everybody, I know you know me, but let me remind you what I do. And you give your pitch. And then you have that call to action, right? And so asking them like, okay, so now you understand what I really do. Do you or someone you know need any help? Here's how you can connect with me. So you can put that into a social media post. You can put it into a blog. You can put it into an email. You could go to the supermarket and be standing at the register and say hi to that person, you know, and just introduce yourself and ask, do you know anyone that could use your services? Well, thanks for making this so easy. You know, and you pass your card to them. And I said, just want you to know this is what I do in case, you know, for some reason I feel the need to connect with you. Do some people think you're crazy? Yeah, but that's okay. If you're really passionate about the work that you do, they're going to be like, wow, she's really nice. You know, I actually do know someone. So it doesn't matter. This simple pitch that you put together, you can use on any platform, no matter where you're at. All right, so a couple of things as a wrap, and then we can open up the conversation. So two things. Not only is this the tip of the iceberg as to what either myself or Cayden can show you, but in the chat, you'll see there's the link that you can connect with me. Here's a couple ways, and I'll post it back in the chat in a few minutes here. There's a business strategy that I offer. It's a complimentary call. It's not a sales call. If you are really challenged and we see that there could be a fit that we could work together, we will make an offer. It doesn't mean that you have to take it, but if it's something that you feel that you really need, we know 100% at that point, if we make that offer, we can help you. We don't make an offer to just anybody. But it's an opportunity for you to have a breakthrough on your business. And Belinda's already shaking her head because she's already had a call with me. We were doing the live free Thursday trainings. I'm not right now, but you know, just stay tuned. You'll see another one come up. But in the Facebook, in the chat, there's also a private Facebook group that I have. You'll see the link there. It's how to close clients quickly and earn $1 million. You can feel free to join that group because we have live trainings in that group, and you can actually go in there and watch a couple of the pitch videos. As it is for Cayden, again, she can do a one-on-one, you know, website audit with you to show you where your website is. Maybe you don't have a website. If you don't have a website, definitely a storefront is important. Think about, it doesn't have to be anything extravagant, but you have to have a storefront people can come to. They want to just validate you are who you are, right? And so she can do that. I know she does a free live training on how to capture leads while you sleep. That's really cool. We'll find out when Cayden comes back on the call and go from there. So I just want to thank you, right? We're both very grateful to be here. Before we go, what are you going to do? Remember, you're going to go and start networking. Be sure to join the Women's Virtual Network event. That's in 2 weeks. And I think we're also going to put together a presentation on how to do a breakout room. So you can also, you know, kind of stay tuned with that. three things: schedule a call with Cayden, schedule a call with me, and schedule your time with the virtual network. So let me stop sharing now, because what's important is that we really dive in and help you guys. I'm going to put my stuff in the chat again, because I know we have some people that have come a little bit later, but let's open up the floor and let's have some conversations. Who has questions? Put me in the spot.
Well, I don't have a question, but before we get started, I just want to be an advocate of, I've been on 2 of Gina's calls, and those 2 calls has been very instrumental. It's just me self-sabotaging myself. She's give you enough start to prick what you need. So I keep joining until that moment comes, that light bulb comes on. So it's well worth it, ladies. Take advantage of it.
Thank you, honey. Hey, Katisha, don't go anywhere. Let's talk about self-sabotage for a second, right?
Sure.
Why are you self-sabotaging? Tell me a little bit about that.
So as she stated, it's fear. You say, in your head that you're not a salesperson, and you go out there and you do your thing and it's not working right. But it really just takes confidence and knowing what your worth is and what your product is. It's like me, I'm still trying to fine tune my audience. But if I go to someone and it's not as confident, they're not gonna, take me serious. So it's more so a fear in me that I have to really just unleash and just be like, hey, I'm putting it all out there. You say no, you say no. So that's something that I'm still overcoming, as well as getting that perfect pitch.
Yeah. Did you figure out the problem that you help your clients solve, Katisha? I know you've been on a couple of the calls.
I figured out a problem. So I'm switching back and forwards to you helped me with 2 pitches, and my honest God issue is I am not a social media person. I am in financial services, and so is a million other people.
Mm-hmm.
However, I just can't identify myself as financial services because everybody else is. So I was going more so for small businesses and entrepreneurs. A lot of small businesses doesn't like to go to these, big box places to get some of their stuff. So to hone down on that, that's what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. But I do have to get my platform, my LinkedIn, my Instagram. None of that is fully developed. So that's foundational. So once I get that up and going, I will reach back out to Gina, because right now I don't want to waste her time, but I still love what she do. So I still jump on these calls just to put everything in my back pocket until it's time.
Well, let me just say this, is that you're always going to have things that you have to do, whether it's, even after you have LinkedIn and you have Facebook and you have all these different platforms and stuff, just when you think you've finished them, you're going to continue to evolve as an individual, and things are going to get clearer. You're going to go back and have to update them. And so it's a never ending, evolution in that part. Those are fear excuses. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's just put it on the table, right?
Yeah.
Because if we can get past this, if we're not focused, Katisha, on the problem that we help people solve, this is why the self-sabotage comes up. So understanding the problem that your clients are having, now, how valuable of a person can you be to them? Right? That's what gives us the confidence. That's what that pitch does for us. Not only does it help attract those people, but it gives us the clarity and the confidence of our services. If I just think about it from this perspective, ladies, if I said, hey, my name is Gina Yarrish, I'm an accelerator coach, I help people go further, faster with less effort. Who am I talking about? Myself or the client? Somebody share. If I just say I'm an accelerator coach, yada, 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 am I talking about me or am I talking about the client?
Talking about you.
Talking about yourself.
Right. And when I talk about myself, who's talking? The ego. As long as the ego is talking, understand this, and I've learned this with working with our horses, and that's why we incorporate horses in our program, is that when I bring that to the horse and try to do interaction with him, he wants nothing to do with me. It's the same thing in real life. There's an aura of energy when I talk about myself that actually pushes people away. Like people will literally, and we've played with this with humans, like people will like step back. But now when I talk about the simple solution that people have because of self-sabotaging, who am I talking about? The client or myself?
The client.
The client. And as long as I'm talking about the client, there's an energy that attracts people to me, right? It's not about me now. Yes, this is what I can do for them, but it shifts my whole internal mindset. It shifts my energy in my body, and I begin to have these synchronicities or coincidences that begin to happen because now I'm up of the serving mind. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Cool. All right. Question. Katisha, honey, put your big girl panties on and get your butt here. You got 1 week. No, you don't. You got Monday. You got Monday, girl. Monday. That's all you got to do is be here Monday.
Okay.
All right. Who else? Ladies, come on. You didn't come on to hear me talk. I want to help you.
Hey Gina, I'll go. I think for me, like I said before, in the women's network medium, is that it's the picking up the phone and having that initial conversation.
Okay.
Once I get over that hurdle, I'm good.
So you'll go to the networking event. You have a pitch.
Somewhat. I have to tweak it because what I found, like you stated, is the I versus how can I help?
Yeah. Okay.
So
dial in the pitch, join one of the, we'll have trainings coming up. Dial that in because remember, that's about you. Then you become that serving mind. The reluctancy, again, is because we're not sure how we're helping them. And so that's the difference between the serving and the ego.
Okay.
Right. And that's what causes that reluctancy. Right. Because it's like, oh, yeah. Does it make sense now?
That makes sense.
It's so think about gravity, right? Gravity rolls downhill. And at the moment, as if you don't have the first part of it fixed, the pitch is about you and the client's understanding what you did. And the gravity continues to take us downward. But as soon as we understand the pitch, now all of a sudden what begins to happen? We take control of what's happening in our business and things begin to accelerate upwards. And it's easy to have conversations with people because we're not in the I mode, we're now in the serving mode.
Okay, perfect.
Good question, girl. How about someone else? Tell me where you're at.
Hi, I'm happy to go. So for me, it's not a question, it's more of an observation because I have been going to networking events, but the one thing that I realized that I haven't really been doing is including that call to action. So I kind of do say to people, I am open to collaborations, and within my link tray enclose a link so people can connect with me and they can collaborate with me, but I don't incorporate it as part of my pitch. So that's one thing that I'm now going to change, is to make sure that depending on my objective for a particular networking event is to be clear on whether I want referrals or whether I want collaboration partners. So that's what I'm taking from this.
Yeah, Lucille, be really specific for what you're looking for, right? Have that intention. It's not about, think about if you have 90 people in a networking event and you're on a virtual event, you cannot possibly connect with 90 people. But if you're heart-centered and you're coming from your heart and you say, okay, I want to connect with 5 clients today that I can serve, and you go in there with that intention. Now, what question do I have to ask in order to get those 5 clients? Right? And so maybe, again, it goes back to, do you know someone that needs that service that I can help? Right? We have to ask for the service. We can't just put things out there and then hope and wish that someone's gonna like pick up their arm and say, pick me, right? You have to ask. And if you're coming from that serving mind, asking is easy because you're there to help them. Is it gonna cost money? It's gonna cost money because that's just the way it is, right? But as long as you keep getting something for free, it's like a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. Right? You have to just be decisive in what it is that you want. And the sooner you could come to that decisiveness, even in your intentions, things begin to happen for you. Cool. Okay. we still have three Caydens on the call, but Cayden, is everything okay?
Yes, everything is great. Thank you
Beautiful.
so much, everybody, for your patience.
It's all right. We got you back.
Yes.
Is it?
But I was listening, and some fantasticness. Thank you, Katisha, for definitely speaking up. And yeah, Gina's a rock star. She's a rock star.
April, I see you kind of like, your head's bobbing this way, that way. Geez, I better say something.
Well, I kind of agree with Lucille. Well, I agree with every one of you, but my call to action, I actually have not, I have a business. I kind of set it aside to do other things. So I really don't, the reason I want to do these women networking things and to learn from them is because I know I'm setting myself aside and I'm not really following through. And I know when I go to the network, I just kind of put myself out there and then I don't really take the action to like follow through, and I don't take it as serious as I should. So now I've gotten to the place where it's I must, follow through and let people know how we can help them or how my service works.
What business are you in, April?
I work with ACN. It's a marketing company. So I work to help also nonprofits. That's my problem. I really can't explain it. That's another problem. I don't have a good elevator speech.
So again, it goes back.
I know what I do.
Yeah. It's the same thing that Natasha just talked about. So we're going to have that reluctancy not to follow through because we don't have our own clarity.
Correct.
Yeah, for sure. Again, we're going to be at, I know I have it somewhere, the dates.
Be on the lookout for your emails. You'll get the date.
I got it. Yeah. So the next, oh no. Wow. I don't know that we're doing it until November again. So you may want to just go into the Facebook group.
Okay.
If you join the Facebook group, you'll see there's a link here. There's at least 6 or 8 different videos that you can watch to help gain that clarity of the pitch. And then for the breakout room, I'm pretty sure Cayden, I'm in the next one next Wednesday. So if you join me next Wednesday, it's a condensed version, but it's more than what we talked about here.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I have a question.
Yeah. Who's talking?
What's your name?
Latoya.
You're Latoya. Got it.
Okay, Latoya.
Yeah, this is my fourth session with you guys. So I'm following, but my question is about the introduction. I'm at work. I gotta go back. I start my class at 9:30. About introduction and how, like, can you give us more example of how would you introduce yourself if it's a person? Because I did a couple of vendor events and I'm like, okay, how can I introduce myself to these people that maybe is going to 1 or 2 table? I think some examples of that would be good and give me more confidence in that area.
For sure. What do you do, Latoya?
I was doing my jewelry collection, which I did good for this year. I'm close enough for the year. November is my last 2 Zoom I have to do with 2 other people. But that and FES, credit restoration, a big company that I'm a part of, helping people with credits and
okay. So jewelry like and credit restoration. These are 2 they're on the spectrum of 2 different areas.
Yeah.
You need 2 pitches, one for one and one for the other. Don't ever combine the 2 because you'll confuse the person as to what you do.
Yeah. When the credit one is, I do Zoom with that. I do go on the Zoom. I'm in touch with the Zoom and stuff with that one. But in terms of the jewelry, that's why I'm on here. With the jewelry, I need a little bit more
I think
tips, more encouragement and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, when I think about jewelry, and maybe Cayden, you can comment too, but women wear jewelry because it makes them feel good. It makes them feel pretty. And so if it makes them feel pretty, then what's the problem? It could be something just along the line, Latoya, where it's like, you work with women that maybe have lack of self-esteem or lack of confidence and want to look, or insecurities. I work with women that have insecurities and want to really shine. And I do that through helping them with jewelry. But it would be beneficial for you to join the women's virtual event and come to the breakout room, even though it'll be a small clip of what I do, but that should be able to help you, something like that. Again, you want to be able to focus on the problem.
Yep.
If you said you work with women that have insecurities, and hopefully you're still there, Latoya, people may go up, their ears
Yes.
perk up and say, oh, wait, that's me. What's she going to say next?
Yeah.
Does that help you, Latoya?
Yes. I do have to work with more on introducing myself to someone and reaching out. I need to step up in that level.
Yeah,
Thank you.
sure. You're welcome. Anyone else have either comments, feedback, questions? Yeah.
Go ahead, Ms. Gold.
Hi, I am a longtime student of networking from way back in the 80s when worked in the ad agency business, and if the account left the company, you had to go find a new job. So I love studying networking. I'm focused on making sure that I'm in the right room, that I'm aligning who I need as referral partners, and that I'm in the room networking with the people that can, more often than not, connect me with the right people, so that I'm strategically aligning myself. And if any comments that you have to share about that, I would be very interested in hearing what you would want to say.
Well, and so I'm thinking about strategic alignment. How is that working for you?
It's working a lot better. I'm finding that the mass networking where because I focus on B2B professional service business owners, and that when I go into rooms where there are a lot of B2C, it doesn't, the results aren't as positive as when I align myself with either industry association networking that really focuses purely on my target.
When I think about B2B or B2C, that's an audience, right? So tell me what you do. What's your pitch?
I'm a marketing coach, and I help professional services business owners attract their ideal clients that make them money and make them happy.
Okay, so are you open to conversation about what you just said?
Sure.
Okay, so I attract the ideal client in the sense of, does it make you different than anybody else?
Meaning for the client that I work with?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So this is like the same marketing pitch that almost every marketing company, and that's like even talking with Cayden, where she attracts leads. You heard me before that she works with people that need exposure, right? And when you think about exposure, it's like, hey, that's me. My ears pop up all of a sudden. So when we're creating a pitch, we want to be able to be unique about what we're authentic, where we're authentic, what's our special niche in the marketing field, because then you'll be able to attract the right clients, right? Then still be strategical. Is it Son?
Oh, that's a typo. It's Susan.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, we couldn't change our name.
Maybe Cayden can fix it. She's good at that kind of stuff. So then whether, still be strategical, whether you're going to that B2B or B2C, to stay out of B2C, but you want to dial in your pitch so that, okay, so if they want ideal clients, what's the problem that they're having? Right. So what would be a problem your client has when it comes to
that they can't find leads. They want more profitable clients. There are a number of
why can't
issues.
they find leads?
Excuse me?
Why can't they find leads?
They don't know how.
Okay. So if you don't know how to find leads and want nothing more than to work with your ideal client, well, then Susan is the person to talk to. Do you see the difference?
Yes.
Yes. And so now when you're figuring out your call to action, Susan, you may be going in saying, are you or someone having a problem finding leads? Do you see how I use that?
Yes.
Yeah. And now the conversation completely changes when you go into networking. But keep in mind that as we develop our pitch, like everything goes in synchronicity. As we develop our pitch, it develops our clarity and what it is that we do. So we come from a serving mind that shifts the energy that helps attract people versus push people away. And then we have to have our website mirror, right? And
Right.
we want to make it shine. And then you want to start, Susan, you want to start talking to that audience of, I would come up with 3 things that your clients have a problem with. And it's not, I mean, if you think about it, yes, finding leads is one of them, but why are they not finding leads? Right? So I usually try to do like a 5-question why. Why are they not finding leads? Why do you think they're not finding leads?
A lot of times they are misaligned with where they're putting their time and their effort. So they think if they post on social media, they're supposed to get, quote, leads from that.
Okay, and so why are they misaligned?
Because their expectations of what social media can do for them.
Do you see where we're going?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so
it's the 5 whys. Yes, it's funny because I do this with my clients.
Yeah, but you know what you do for clients, you cannot do for yourself.
I know, it's really hard.
You have to, I mean, it's kind of like a chiropractor is really good at what they do, but they can't adjust themselves, right? They got to go find someone.
Oh yes, I tell this story many times. You're right on.
Right. So if you keep asking those questions and you figure out 3 things. Hi, my name is Susan Gold. And I, a lot of times even leave out the whole marketing coach thing, right? It doesn't, because the marketing coach is about the I, it's about us. So, my name is Susan Gold. I work with those that are struggling to find leads. They're misaligned and they have high expectations and they're getting little to no results in marketing, but want to be able to attract qualified leads. Boom. Do you know someone that's having problems finding leads? Do you see how we completely manipulated everything that you thought you said?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, do you think in using that with the strategic plan that you have will help you to generate more clients?
Yes. I mean, when I do a 30-second or 1-minute pitch, I usually have a client example in there. I didn't do that with you.
Yeah. But again, that's that you want that uniqueness in there, because otherwise, if there's 50 marketing people in the room,
which typically there are, because everyone thinks they can do marketing, so you definitely
and there are a lot of people who help business owners execute marketing, and what I bring to the table is the strategy and a process to getting there. Yeah, so even in the example I did, that was, as short as possible, it needs to flip, as you said.
Yeah. I mean, you could use one of those words, just one of those whys. Do you feel misaligned with your market? Yeah. I mean, you just, and so a lot of times, and Cayden, I'm sure you've probably seen this, like people introduce themselves and it's that you're constantly changing what you're saying to help people understand what you do. When you have these 3 things that the problems are and 3 things that you help them solve, you can change it, but only those 3 things, because you're saying the same thing over and over again.
Reinforcing, yes.
Right. And I mean, you're a strategical person, Susan. So I would even mark down like what pitch I used in what room.
I track them.
How much result did I get from it? All right, that one's not working. Let's try the next one. And then you keep, Yeah, awesome. I love it. You're my ideal client.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Anybody else? Belinda, did you have any questions for us? I think
she's being shy. Don't be shy.
I am. Okay. So I'm still working on my pitch. I'm doing your Facebook and I'm trying to work the way you tell me to work and put it together. Also, rejections and objections. That's what I'm working on, and I need help.
Do you fear rejections?
Yes. Face to face, I can do well. It's the phone conversations because you can't read the people in front of you. You got to listen for it.
And I understand because I used to feel like that too. I used to feel
Yes.
like that too. But it really it honestly comes down to your own personal confidence. Like if you know and believe in what you have to serve people, it doesn't matter what they could be making googly eyes on the other side. It don't matter. They're on the phone with you. One, they're taking the time to be on the phone with you. Period. Two, you know what you're talking about. You know what you're doing. So believe in that and be in that space and you'll deliver. And honestly, at the end of the day, whether you're in person or on the phone, it is ultimately up to them to decide if they're going to move forward or not.
Right.
You can't force anything, you know, you definitely guide, you can definitely give them the information, but you know.
Belinda, when you think about objections or rejections, where is that focus when you're thinking about it? Is it on you or the client?
It's probably more on me.
Right. As soon as you go back to you, it's your ego talking. So you have to put the focus back on the client. As long as you keep your intentions on the client and serving them, then those fears will go away.
Okay.
That too.
All right.
I mean, you'll have conversations.
I will be on your.
That too.
Pardon?
Take the focus off of you and put it on what you're doing. Yeah, absolutely.
It
made a world of a difference from me. World of a difference. The way that I handle in person and on the phone is the same now. And I don't I get sweaty and nervous and you hear it kind of in my voice and not anymore.
Over here.
Not anymore though. Not anymore. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
And definitely Cayden, I will be calling you about a website. I got to get my pitch in and all that stuff. But you both are great. I want to learn from you guys. I want to take it to the next level.
Again, don't register for the women's event. I'm there every second and fourth Wednesday of the month. You know, I have workshops as well outside of the event. So if you have any questions when it comes to websites, online presence, showing up online, that is what I help people with. That is what your online visibility is my goal. You're struggling with it, I can help you with it.
Sounds great. And you know, the biggest thing is that I'm not thrashing on nobody or anything, but a lot of mine, like I've told Gina in the past, I've learned from guys. I want the women's perspective because I think, you know, I can learn a lot because we deal with the emotion, men deal with it in a different way. So I'm learning so much more just in what I've heard today with you guys.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
So definitely. Okay.
Thank you. Glad you were able to come.
Yes. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for what you do. We all need it. We can all help each other.
Absolutely. Cayden, I just want to be respectful of time. It's 9:30. I think we've had an opportunity to talk to everybody.
Good. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you want to quickly share your contact information in the chat box again?
Oh yeah, I'll repost it again for those who are still on the call.
Yeah.
I'll repost it as well as the women's link for you guys to register for the event.
And how do they save the chat? I know you're good at that.
So if you hover over to the chat, and I believe, Natasha, you're on a mobile device, correct? So you won't be able to save the chat on your phone. But those who are on a computer, if you hover over the chat and go all the way to the far right, you'll see 3 dots. If you click on that, you should see Save Chat. And you click Save Chat. And then it'll save it wherever it defaults on your computer.
Well, I hope that this was helpful for all of you ladies and that you're going to go out and you're going to use a new pitch this week. Don't be afraid to try something.
Yes.
People don't know what you forget, you know, so just put your big girl panties on, pick up your tatas, you'll be fine, I promise. Don't forget to register for the Women's Network next week. And I think Cayden and I are going to have a discussion about doing this again and also possibly putting together a networking event where it's just about teaching how to have a breakout room. So just watch for the emails, stay connected with us, join our Facebook groups, and we'll see you hopefully next Wednesday.
Absolutely. Well, on the October 13th. October 13th.
October 13th. Okay. Well, yeah.
In 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. But again, you'll get the emails about it and all that stuff. So yeah.
All right.
Thank
awesome,
you.
guys. Take care.
Bye.